Someone got to promote it. I was here on time, right?
That's cool. You supposed to be like that.
I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
Headshot, bang! Done!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Fighter Data Breakdown. In today's installment, we'll be taking a look at the blockbuster boxing bout between Gervonta Tank Davis and King Ryan Garcia. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, this fight has many pundits and analysts divided, but I personally think Gervonta Davis is going to find the W, and he's going to find it via violent finish. Perhaps corner retirement, but I'm seeing Gervonta finding the target over and over until Garcia just cannot take it anymore. And here's why. Now, whenever people talk about Gervonta Davis, they always just talk about the power and, the knockout differential, but they ignore all the good stuff leading up to the knockout that makes the knockout work and makes it worth it, namely the aggression. That's what stood out to me when I was doing the tape studies, just how aggressive he is with his punches and how he looks for it, because he knows he has the power. He knows it'll always be there. So being aggressive is just, logically how you get the power there in the most effective way. Now, I get it. This is boxing, there are a lot of power punchers, but do all of them have this level of aggression, this level of tenacity? Because from what I've seen, a lot of them are just, trying to find it one and done type dudes, but not Tank. Tank will keep looking for it, and it doesn't matter if he's landed hard before, he'll just keep going and going, and it's just beautiful to watch. I mean, this young Tank with his wild combinations, and I get it, they might not have been as technical, but what I really, really appreciate is the growth. Tank has grown. He doesn't fight the way he used to before. But, oh man, this concussive aggression is just, oof, man. Really, really makes me wonder because, Luke Campbell, we all know what Luke Campbell did. I don't shorten it to say it. But if Gervonta is able to do that, that might be all that's needed. But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Garcia is bad or anything like that. We'll talk about Garcia in a moment, but for now, I just really want to focus on the aggression and talk about the next aspect that I really, really appreciate about Tank, which is, of course, his accuracy. But before we get into his accuracy, we just finish up watching, looking at these, because, man, this is too good. This is golden right here. Oh, man. Look at that. Santa Cruz did not see that coming. Man, Gamboa got the beats, and he ain't even Dre, but he still got the beats. Tank has the ability to find the shot regardless of where it's coming from, whether he's firing from the hip, cutting an angle, or just firing in the pocket. He finds it, man. And for a man who has been gifted such natural power, for him to maintain the accuracy is just, this makes him such a lethal customer to anyone who tries to share the ring with him. And it's deceptive too because of his size. I mean, with Barrios, he was on the wrong side of the scales with that one. For Santa Cruz on the wrong side, for Romero the wrong side, and he put it on those guys, man. He beat those guys like they were some eggs on a Saturday morning. Like, man, that Rolly knockout, that Barrios body shot stoppage, man, oh man, this accuracy, dude. This is actually what shocked me the most about his game, the fact that he has such. But standing across from him is the young talent Ryan Garcia. His style comprises of two main aspects that are in service of his main weapons. Those two are combinations and distance control. The weapon they're in service of are his hooks. but mainly that beautiful left hook. If Ryan Garcia was a character in a fighting game, this would be his finishing special attack, or finishing move, or max, or whatever it is you call it. That hook is money. I mean, come on, it is straight cash. It comes in with blinding speed and is always dangerous across the whole fight. His speed allows him to look for it again and again and again, and he adds onto it by again throwing in combination. Garcia is at his most lethal when he's throwing in combination, with a machine gun-like repetition and his speed that allows him to throw an ungodly number of hooks in a very short space of time, making quick work of all those who dare to stand before him. I love how his combos are both effective when he's moving forward or fading away defensively, and the way he uses it to halt the advances of all his opponents in their tracks. I'm very curious about this too, because Gervonta Davis has some spectacular head movement. To this point, Tank has not been knocked down, and all of this is credit to his head movement. He has really good reflexes and seems to be able to read his opponent's movements, making him very hard to hit. I'm super excited to see this high-stakes chess match between the head movement of Tank Davis and that sniper-like left hook of Ryan Garcia. But Garcia will definitely employ his other very, very important ability in distance control. Taking advantage of his long frame and incredibly quick speed, Garcia controls the distance to move in and out of striking range, absolutely frustrating his opponents, as he always seems to be close enough to land his hooks, but just far enough away to where he can evade all his opponent's shots. So, in conclusion, I think the experience, aggression, and accuracy will starch a very overly eager Ryan Garcia, who will open up big in an attempt to outwork Davis, but will fall short. From what I've seen in my many hours of tape study and fight research, I personally feel like this one might have been a little too soon for Garcia. I'm in no way saying Garcia is a lesser fighter, but in Davis I see growth and development. Go watch Tank's first fight and then his most recent one, and it's almost like seeing two different fighters. Whilst having grown, having matured a bit, I feel like Garcia is more or less the same fighter. Very light on his feet and with a murderous barrage of hooks to get the job done. But with that said, give me Tank Davis and give me Gervonta Tank Davis to win via knockout. Probably in the middle of the rounds, but I really feel like it might be early. I feel like Ryan Garcia is gonna come in there and make a big mistake early because of the moment. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to distance. But I'm calling a knockout. So give me Tank Davis to win by knockout. Thank you for joining me for another installment of Fighter Data Breakdown. From here on out, this one's for my real ones, and if you would like to become a real one, why don't you go ahead and subscribe. Now, I had a lot of fun with this one. I wasn't expecting to get into boxing as much as I did, but man, I'm just eating up as much boxing content as I can get, and I cannot wait to do another high-profile fight. And those are the kind of fights I'll be doing for boxing, unfortunately, the biggest of the big, because I'm an MMA guy. And don't worry, my MMA homies, my MMA real ones, don't worry. I'm coming back. I got you guys. I'm coming back with the breakdown for Cejudo versus Aljo. because I'm gonna be skipping the fight nights in between because I need time to again diversify my content, as you can see here. But I also wanna go into like depth and change a couple of things on the show, mainly the interface. See, the interface I used here for this video, this is what I want to use, just mainly screen. But for the MMA one, I want to find a way of adding the data, like the fight figures, into that one too. So from here on out, this show is gonna look more or less like this. This is the new interface, and much heavier on the edits, much heavier on the production values and the breakdowns. But besides that, I got some other shows I want to roll out. Some of the video ideas too. Some are MMA related, some are, a lot of them are not actually. But I also want to use fighter data breakdown to just talk MMA, Like, I got a video I'm planning to do about the light heavyweight division, the middleweight division, and just like all the politics and all the stuff going on there. I was thinking of titling it something like, the absolute state of the light heavyweight division. But those are just my MMA ones, along with a breakdown for UFC 288. Besides that, I also got a bunch of non-MMA, non-combat sports related content that I'm planning on doing. And then I also have MMA animations that I want to do. I don't want to get too much into that, but you guys will see. So again, all this, it's for you guys, it's for my real ones. And once again, if you would like to become a real one, just hit the subscribe button, turn off notifications, and let me know you're a real one in the comments or something, But besides that, I had lots of fun, and thanks for watching. So I'll see you in the next video. It's probably gonna be that video about the light heavyweight division. If not, the breakdown for Cejudo versus Aljo for the bantamweight strap. Thanks again for your time, and I'll be seeing you when I see ya.